welcome into another episode of the Delco Duo. I am Monica Cryan.
And I'm Kelsey Fabian, filling in for Jenna Meisner while she's out on her maternity leave.
All right, and we're getting close to the end of her maternity leave.
Yeah, I think about a month when she returns.
Oh my goodness.
So just a few more episodes left of me, and then you got Jenna back.
All right, and it has been a very fun time, but, you know, we've got Easter coming up, spring break coming up, so yeah, a lot going on, you know.
We actually have as a family, a really busy April. I don't always remember April being so busy, but we got a lot going on in April.
I actually have one weekend coming up with 15 different things, so yeah. April's busy.
And I'm
April's
sure you'll
busy.
make sure you get to all 15.
I
would
love
not,
it.
but Monica will make sure she is at everything she could possibly be at.
You're right. Yeah, April's coming in busy, and that's something to look forward to. But now let's get to the debrief. So we are rolling through March Madness basketball style, and I always think it's so funny because March Madness basketball really just all of a sudden just wraps up, and I'm like, wait, where did that go?
Yeah.
But our March Madness Delco style just kind of takes forever, and I'm like, wow, okay, this needs to end. But
Maybe it takes forever because you're making all of the things.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
I'm
yeah.
But here we are, and we now are down to the Final Four. So the Final Four here is, and you can see that, and let me get to it, which is interesting because this was...
Marian beat Aronimick. We were wondering.
Marian did by 2 votes.
Monica purposely put those two up against each other.
I did, and I knew it was going to be tough. And they beat him out by, not kidding, 2 votes. It was 49% to 51%, barely. And then, interestingly enough, Paxton Hollow beat Springhaven. That was another really tight one. Rolling Green versus Overbrook. Overbrook won by just a hair.
So the Final Four, Marian, Paxton Hollow.
Yes, Paxton Hollow will go on to verse Overbrook.
Okay.
Then it'll be Marian versus Golf Club at Glen Mills. So... I think I have a feeling, I have a feeling it'll maybe come down to Marian versus Overbrook.
Marian's hard too because I feel unless you have the connect, you don't actually get to golf there. It's so elite.
People are just
but
voting
same
based on what
even
they
my
think.
husband, he always talks about, even though he's never gotten the chance to golf at Marian, if you can invite him, he would love you forever. But he always is well, it's one of the best golf courses in the nation, in the world. It's one of the best. So it just has that prestigious,
Yes,
quality.
but some people, because I was, I'm looking things up because if you haven't noticed, our trivia also is golf trivia, and people are just saying it's backbreakingly hard.
Yeah, I imagine. I mean that it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Why you guys are voting it?
And you can't. And you don't. You have to walk the whole thing.
Yes,
You can't. There's no golf.
but it's also small. It's
But you still,
smallish,
you're walking.
Comparatively speaking.
Don't you remember Jenna's husband? He got the chance to golf it. It was a 97-degree day, and I was like,
Yes.
that sounds absolute
And it's hilly too.
and she was like, no, and same with my husband. It could be 120, and he'd be like, this is my chance. I'm doing it. I'm like, that sounds like my absolute 18 hole
nightmare,
hockey
but
sticks.
I think that's the thing, is that it's the exclusivity of it. Oh my God, you've done that before. But anyway, so now it is, again, the Final Four is, oh my goodness, here we go again.
Glen Mills,
Paxton Marian, Paxton Hollow, Overbrook.
Yeah.
That is your Final Four for Delco's best golf courses. This is exciting. I love this. This is fun that we've done this. No food finally, and just I think it's man-based. This is
Monica's
man-based.
golfing at whichever one wins. So if it's Marian, get her the invite.
Get me that invite, and I will do it. I will walk that Marian golf course. You're right.
You could.
Oh, I could definitely do it, but I'm not getting that invite.
Well, I don't know. Maybe a viewer.
Maybe a viewer.
Maybe a viewer will hook you up, Monica.
Oh my God.
There's got to be someone watching that is a member at Marian.
They're laughing at me. I'm not wasting my invite on you. No way in heck. No way in heck. But anyway, this has been a lot of fun for March Madness. So I'll post it again on my Instagram. People will then go and vote. It'll be narrowed down to 2. And then we'll have the championship. That's how brackets work, if you didn't know. All right, let's get to our first issue of the evening. Gallagher from Glen Olden. My wife and I got divorced a year ago, and we are learning to co-parent. She has a babysitter that helps with everything. Sometimes the babysitter will drop off my kids, and I don't think they are a good driver. I'm concerned for my kids in the car.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
I feel like it's not just driving that you're concerned with, too. Then you know what I mean? Like, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, if they're not good at driving, my kids around, they
I don't know, but driving, like,
things.
I get that. Driving, it's a dangerous thing. Like, I wouldn't want just anyone driving my kids, even if they're the best babysitter in the world. Like,
right.
You know, like, I wouldn't want someone who I felt like they maybe were unsafe with.
Especially because, like, a babysitter might be young. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
They might be young. Driving's tough at a young age.
You've had help with driving.
Yes, that's
not
all
something.
we had.
So we do have a nanny for part of the day. Our nanny doesn't drive our kids anywhere, but you have had that because of your work schedule and your husband, that someone had to drive your kids to school.
Right. So we've actually, like, technically never really ever had a babysitter. We'll have a babysitter this summer coming up.
Yeah.
But we've never had a babysitter. My parents just watch the kids when we need them, like, at night. But we had a woman who would come to our house, get the kids dressed, and drive them to school. So that's all she did was drive.
Yeah.
And
but how did
we did background checks?
I was going to say, how did you vet her?
So we did background checks, but now that I think we never like
tested her driving. You weren't like taking her around in your car.
I never like asked for her like driving record.
Yeah.
I don't know if you. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. And people would be like, "What a bad mom you are!" But all we asked for was just a background check.
Well, and the drive was short. Right.
Yes, it was just to the kids' school, and they never had any issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was fine, and she actually, which was great, is she had nieces and nephews, so she had car seats
already
of her own, and that was like a check in the box. Not that like we would have given her car seats and everything, but I just was like, oh wow, you have nieces and nephews. It just made me feel so good.
Right, like
I
around
was like,
kids.
oh, and you know, you have your own car seats. That's amazing. It made me feel so nice.
This is tough though because it's a co-parent situation. So you're not trying to make the other person mad. You don't want them to maybe think you're coming for them by being like, I don't trust your babysitter. But also at the same time, they're still your kids. So
that's exactly what I was thinking is I would actually handle this yourself. Instead of going to, they said it's the wife. Yeah, instead of going to your wife and saying,
ex-wife.
Your ex-wife and saying, your babysitter stinks. You said this is a co-parent, like you're co-parenting. You still have to act like this is also your part of your babysitter.
Yeah.
So talk with the babysitter yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Because then your ex-wife won't feel like this is being put all on her.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's part of co-parenting. You still have to act like this is your half of the equation here.
Yeah.
And in that case, how would you act as if you hired this babysitter as well?
Yeah.
I would then just go straight to the babysitter and just almost maybe joke about it. Like, whoa, saw you turn that corner, crazy. You got a lead foot, buddy.
As someone who has a nanny, I wouldn't be joking about it. But
I would.
But I run a tight ship.
Yes. I don't. So I feel like tough with confrontation.
Yeah, I feel like I would just say like, hey, like I know you drive the kids around. I really appreciate all you do to help, but I will say sometimes I have been a little concerned with them in the car with you. I just want to make sure we're, you know, being as safe as possible. Like I, you know, don't want anything to happen to my kids. Not that it would, but I just want that to be like top of mind when you're driving them.
That's a very nice way of putting it. And then if you're awkward around confrontation, just put in a little lead foot. That's what I would do.
No. Well, I'm just worried if you do that, then they won't take it serious. Like that's my thing is I feel like you're their boss technically, you know?
But go straight to the babysitter. All right. We've got another issue after this. Make sure you stay with us. All right, and welcome back. Before we get to our second issue, very exciting news. Ben Affleck was spotted in Delco last weekend.
Yeah, so he apparently is doing college tours with one of his kids. So he was spotted at a local
restaurant.
Place, yeah.
This is Luna's restaurant. I believe it was like a Mexican restaurant.
Yep, there he is. Look at him.
There he is eating.
That's funny.
Oh my God, they can't even eat without being like taken pictures of. So this is in Delco, near Swarthmore.
Maybe touring Swarthmore, yeah.
Swarthmore.
I was saying to Monica that he is familiar with Philadelphia because whatever movie he did with J-Lo back in the day, in like 2002 or something like that, they filmed it in Philly, and he proposed to her in Philadelphia.
No.
For their first proposal. Yeah.
I had no
In
idea.
like a hotel room or something in Philly. So he knows this
How
area.
romantic.
I don't know how well he knows Delco, but he's familiar with Philly in that sense because he did film a movie here.
So he's familiar with Philly, the area, and then his son is looking at schools and is considering Swarthmore.
I would assume.
Yeah, as one of his schools, which I actually think is really, really smart. It's a good school, an amazing school. It's small, liberal arts,
Expensive.
expensive, but that's no object.
Right.
And I think that they can stay incognito.
Correct.
Much easier.
Yes.
And it's almost like not a huge deal that you're Ben Affleck's. I mean, it's.
I also don't think people would register it.
No.
Like Affleck isn't such a crazy last name
No.
that like if I met someone at Swarthmore and they were like, "Hey, I'm
Affleck.
like, yeah,
You're
whatever.
like, oh, okay.
I'm Mike Affleck." I would not be like, "Is Ben your dad?"
Right. And it's just easier to like fly under the radar, I feel. Right. Whereas like if you go to a big state school and someone figures out you're Ben Affleck's son, it's just like.
But also you have to remember, you're not just Ben Affleck's son, you're Jennifer Garner's kid too. Like that's double.
Is that?
All of his kids are to Jennifer Garner. Yeah. They have 3 kids together.
Oh.
So you got double duty there with famous parents.
Oh yeah, that's so sweet that he's like, college touring and trying to get the flavor of it. You know what I mean? He's still like, yeah, let's go out and eat, because that's like important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're touring colleges, you still want to be like, okay, let's go to the local restaurants and see and do. So very exciting.
I also think when you think of celebrities and they go out to eat, I feel like you always picture them at like big fancy restaurants. So it's nice to see that he was just like at a local Mexican spot enjoying,
I love it, but I hope we don't ever find out what college he chose. You know what I mean? Like, let that go.
Yeah.
Let that go. But it was fun to know that he was in Delco.
I guess we'll know if he's spotted there again.
Yeah.
If he goes back to Luna's.
I know. I always wonder, though, when do they put, like, the masks on? Because sometimes celebrities will, like, the fake nose and the hair and everything just so they can be out and about. When do they do that?
I would hope they don't feel like they have to do that in Delco.
I don't know. I mean, he couldn't even eat without being.
That's true.
Yeah, anyway. All right, second issue.
All right. Elaine from Eddystone. I'm a wag, but not in the way I wished for. So my husband plays hockey for a late night beer league with a bunch of his friends, but I'm not vibing with the other wags, and I sit by myself and sometimes read, but at least I'm still there to support him, right?
I love when people consider themselves wags.
Yeah. That's funny.
Even when it's not
the
like
way
NFL.
I wished. I like that they're clear about that. This isn't the wag I was hoping to be.
I know.
but-
Don't we all wish we were wags?
That's nice that she goes. I'm not going to lie to you. My husband has played in many late night beer basketball leagues.
Yes.
Never been to a single game.
No?
No. I don't even think he cares. Like, I don't think he wants me there. Like, it's just him and his guy friends. They go play basketball and then they go grab a beer after. Like, I don't think that that's something, he doesn't need my support in watching that.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. Me.
so that, I honestly give you so many props for going. I guess apparently other women go, but like, my vibe is to not go.
Did you go before you had kids?
No, I've never been. He has played basketball my entire life. And aside from when I've seen him play in high school, which we weren't dating at the time, I've literally never seen him play basketball.
See, I wouldn't go now that I had kids, but before I had kids, I would go. Eugene used to play in like a softball league. I used to go. But I would, that would be like a social
I will
thing.
say, what time were the games at though?
They were like at like 7.
Okay, because I will say a lot of his games were like 8, 9. Like they
Yes.
are later.
Why is that?
But still, even if I mean, he runs the Broad Street every year and I don't go.
What?
Like,
Wild. I find that,
not
like,
because I don't support him. I support all of these things. I just don't feel
I support them. You support them just in
from
saying,
afar. From afar.
Good
yes.
job. Good
Yes.
luck.
Please don't get hurt. Come
Okay,
home.
but let's say you did go and you weren't vibing with the other wives and girlfriends.
I'm a weird person to ask this because like I'm not gonna care if I'm not vibing with them. Like you would care.
I would
So like
care.
you have a better answer. Like for me, I don't care if I'm not vibing. I'll read my book. Like I don't need that interaction. Monica would.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, let's try again, Elaine. Let's try again.
Keep trying, Elaine.
I don't think I really do feel like maybe some of them are not talking behind your back, but are saying, like, why doesn't she want to hang with us? Like, does she think she's better than us? Try again. Maybe go out, because they definitely go out after.
Yeah.
For like drinks after. Go out after. Try and talk to them then. Because they're probably like, she's stuck up. She doesn't want to talk to us.
I think that's what people say about me.
Yep. I'm thinking it. I'm thinking
I'm not. It's just, I don't need the interaction. I'm all right.
Goodness. All right. One of our own issues after we come back. And I forgot. Welcome back. This is our first episode of April.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
A beautiful month.
Yeah.
And I really start to think about summer.
Yeah. April, well, I feel like April, it's really when like the first few months, like January, February, March, take a while to get through. Then all of a sudden April, everything picks up. You're in summer. Before you know it, it's fall.
I know. And May just goes by so quick. So then like the kids' summer vacation.
Yeah.
It's going to start so soon. So here we go. All right. So let's get to my own issue because.
What's Monica crying about?
Yeah, it kind of does have to do with this. My kids' spring break started this week. It kind of goes over Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Is that how they normally work? I thought they just were like a whole week. Are they normally broken up like that?
Yes, it is for the Catholic school.
Okay.
They
sandwich.
The public school for the kiddos is 1 week.
Gotcha.
And then the Monday.
Yeah.
After Easter. But the kids is kind of over a week over the holiday. So last year we did do something for spring break. We went on a big family trip to Punta Cana, and it was great. It was so much fun. So then this year, it came and went, and I was like, oh, we're not going to do anything. And then, I'm starting to see like all these pictures and videos of people doing things, and I'm like, wow. I'm feeling super bad that we didn't do anything for spring break.
It's your FOMO kicking in.
Yeah, it's like my FOMO kicking in, but like, there was nothing to miss out on. Like we weren't like in, you know what I mean? Like we had made the decision that we were going to stay home. I just think, and it was interesting because then I went on Instagram and there was like this mom, thank God, it made me feel so much better. This mom was like, whatever happened to just sitting home for spring break? Yeah. And why is there so much pressure and mom guilt on spring break?
Well, and to be fair, you had a big year last year. You did Punta Cana and you went to Disney World.
Yes.
So like,
and Charleston.
Yeah, like
that was my year of travel.
And this summer you're going to the Outer Banks, so your kids are still getting a vacation that's not just the shore.
And that's what I'm saying, and that's why I'm like, I need to. The fact that I have to keep reminding myself, like, it's okay. You're bringing your kids somewhere, but. I keep getting so nervous that like I'm missing out on memories with my kids. And I'm like, I'm not. We've made memories and we will be making memories. I don't think I'm depriving my children of memories.
Your kids are so lucky. They have grandparents with a shore house.
I know.
Like they're going to grow up with memories of every summer being at the shore and being with their mom, their dad, their grandparents.
But it shouldn't take an Instagram influencer to make me feel better. Like I shouldn't. This is a Utah Mormon who's making me feel better. I'm not kidding you. You know me. I love them. I love the Utah Mormons. They always have sound advice. But she's like, stop putting so much pressure on yourself, Mama. And I'm like, thank you so much, because I was feeling so bad.
But you're feeling bad because of all the other things you see on social media of everyone else going and doing things.
Seriously.
But think about it. Like Joe 6, Bubba 4, like they're never going to remember that like this year for spring break, their mom and dad didn't take them anywhere.
I know. And then
they'll never remember it.
And she was so funny about it. She was like, whatever happened, my spring breaks, we used to sit home and watch The Price is Right and eat Hot Pockets. And I was like, yes, that was a really fun spring break. I don't really
I will say I
have memories of it, but like.
I did read the other day, it was like a study about like core childhood memories. And it was saying how family vacations from the age of 5 to 10 are the most core memories that kids end up having.
So I did see that too.
Yes. And like that, I think back to my childhood and I'm like, ooh, I went to Disney World when I was 7. Like I can remember like those things, but you've got time.
Right. And we're taking those trips.
Correct.
But I don't think we need to fill the years with those trips. Like you take them every so often. It's not like, you need to fill the ages 5 through 10 with back-to-back trips. Your wallet can't handle
I was going to
that.
say, I mean, Disney World is $1 million in itself.
I know, right? Shouldn't there only be 1 or 2 of those trips?
Yeah.
Disney?
I think that's how it used to be.
But it's
I
just-
truly think people didn't used to, or if people were doing it all the time, you didn't know about it. Like there wasn't social media when we were kids. I never, as a kid, we didn't get spring break at public school in Lancaster County. I never had a week off for school during the spring, so I never went on a spring break trip as a kid.
Right.
I turned out all right, I think.
You did. No, you turned out
Like,
great.
You know, like I'm not stressed about it. So
But and I think that's the thing is spring break wasn't for kids. It was for the college kids. And now all of a sudden it's this thing for young kids to be jet setting.
yeah.
And I'm like, there's so much pressure. And I'm like, ugh. But right. So there's this balance of like, yes, you want to make these memories with these kids because it becomes core memories. But, not necessarily for spring break.
Yeah, no.
No. You have summers to do that. You have Christmas time. So anyway, I just
They're living a great childhood, Monica.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about
those
it.
Utah Mormons, man, they really help.
I think it's more the
Talk me off the ledge.
Mormons.
Yes, yes. All right. Trivia. What 2 Delco golf courses were designed by Donald Ross, one of the top golf course designers? All right, what 2 Delco golf courses were designed by Donald Ross, one of the top golf course designers? The answer, McCall and Aronimick. All right.
I'm glad there's so much golf trivia for you. Keep these coming.
That's it. After this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find much more
Delco golf trivia.
that maybe somebody else, if you wouldn't mind emailing me if you know any really cool golf
If you're a
facts.
member at Marianne and you happen to also know trivia, Monica would like you to email her.
God. Oh, I love this. It's been very interesting, but like after a while, I'm like, okay, enough with the golf. Maybe CJ will have something up his sleeve.
I mean, it's not your passion, so I can understand why it's a lot of golf for you.
I mean, it's been really, really fun.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I've had enough of golf and Delco.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's interesting because I didn't really know much in general that there are like golf architects and there's like one guy.
Oh, I did know that.
There's
I did
one
know that
guy
there's like
that-
golf course designers.
Yes. And there's like coveted golf course designers, and there's like one guy that's like the best, and then there's like another guy that was like the second best, like Donald Ross is like the second best ever.
Yeah. I wonder what you like. I'm sure there's like a major for that. Like I'm sure that there's like
Yes.
schools with really good golf programs that you would go and.
And I'm not gonna be annoying, but like Penn State has like a really good golf program.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I don't necessarily think it's like golf design, but like golf management.
Okay. Because I would have assumed like maybe like a school in South Carolina or places where it's warm, where you can golf all year round.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
Florida, something like that. But
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, so anywho, thanks so much for tuning in. If you have any concerns, issues that you want us to solve, email us, delcoduo@phl17.com. Enjoy your Easter. Happy Easter, everybody.
Easter.